So this is a story of two people. Now, I can't play this video because at least the video of AOC, yes, it's including AOC. I'm sorry. Don't worry. You won't hear her voice because she's being interviewed by Jon Stewart. And I don't want to take the risk of getting my channel hit with any copyright strikes or anything like that. But she had a sit down interview with Jon Stewart saying, oh no, how billionaires are in a kiss ass race language to please Trump. But before we pull up that article, because I'm going to read an article, I won't be playing a video, there was a person who really did a fantastic breakdown in calling out Democrats. And you know what? This video just came out yesterday. But I think it's perfect example of why people need to be upset at liberals and Democrats. Why people need to be upset with the entire Democratic Party and what they've done to progressives and independents and how they've tricked a lot of progressives and independents and thinking that the Democratic Party was going to stick their necks out for them. So I'm going to play this video in its full entirety. Hey, folks, if you haven't done so already, grab the popcorn. Shout out to Professor Zinkus for capturing this. So let me go ahead and pull this up here, right here. A little tweet on Easy Street. Let's play this video and enjoy it.
The campaign that they wanted. Any criticism that people had towards the Democratic Party, even when it was presented as, hey, I think you would actually get more people to support you if you did XYZ, the response was actually no, because this is how you win an election. Like, you guys are living in a world that you want, but this is how you win. And then she lost. Minimum wage wasn't discussed once. Medicare for all was not discussed once. A hurricane destroyed entire communities, and climate change hardly spoken about. She happily accepted the endorsement of somebody who started a war and is responsible for killing millions of people. Anytime somebody rightfully pointed out that this was a horrible campaign strategy and she was going to lose this way, the response to defend this strategy was, this is how you get moderate voters. But the same percentage of Republicans voted for Democrats this time than 4 years ago. You're blaming the left instead of the campaign that had $1 billion to spend and burned it instead. They stole your money. Why are you not pissed at them? We're not arguing that the Democratic Party and the Republican Party are exactly the same. I'm personally arguing that the Democratic Party enables the Republican Party by standing for nothing. The left isn't the reason that we have Donald Trump. The left is the only way that we were ever going to prevent fascism. I know that this is a long rant, but one more thing. The US has had a dedicated effort to infiltrating, surveilling, and disrupting socialist movements for decades. From the Black Panther Party to Puerto Rican independence to the Chicano movement to American Indian movement, incarcerating and assassinating members of these movements. The US is responsible for overthrowing democratically elected socialist leaders all over the world. They've spent billions of dollars in propaganda to prevent class solidarity. Whether you realize it or not, and many creators on here bashing the left do, your left punching is decades of propaganda working. If we are going to actually tackle climate change, Joe Biden's policies of tackling climate change would never have gotten us to solving it with the urgency and comprehensiveness that it deserved. The world that we want is within reach. Like, solutions wise, it's in reach. We don't need these massive technological breakthroughs in order to achieve the world that we deserve. The question is whether we are going to be able to stand together and break through the propaganda and actually protect ourselves and demand the world that we deserve.
Damn, that was a gut check right there to the establishment. All right. First of all, mandatory. Awesome. Great. NJ Native. You go, girl. Amen. Fire. All right. You know, you got so many other people here saying, hey, break away from the system. Screw both sides. Again, break away from the system. Break away from the Democrat Party. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. We got a couple of people saying, you go, girl. There you go. All right. And that's a thing, okay? You have to break away from an establishment system that just doesn't give a damn about you. And see, unfortunately, folks, we still have people. Unfortunately, folks, we got this. AOC tells Jon Stewart billionaires are in a kiss-ass race to please Trump. All right, so look, I can't play the video because I think most likely we'll be hit with copyright. All right, so I'm sparing your eardrums. So there you go. Democrat Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, is not a fan of billionaires like Tesla CEO Elon Musk. Well, gee, it's sort of like a love-hate relationship, right? and Meta chief Mark Zuckerberg publicly backing President Donald Trump. She made clear during a Thursday appearance on Jon Stewart's The Weekly Show podcast, saying, "This is now a billionaire feeding frenzy. It is a kiss-ass race." Language. Man, Stewart sighed before AOC continued. It is. How can I show how much fealty I have for Donald Trump in order to get my digs? And I think that what's really important for people is to understand now and every day of this administration is that you're being ripped off. You're being ripped off, dude. Really, AOC? Well, everyone's being ripped off. Hell, you said that Joe Biden was exceeding expectations. We asked you to do force the vote. You weren't there for us. Where were you? Where were you? Okay. And Spy Dirty. That's right. For any of you who don't know, Spy Dirty recently got a promotion. You are now my official spy master, the Dirty Spy. Spy Dirty. Not a fan of billionaires. And here's the thing. Just likes to attend their galas, right? Remember AOC? You were at that gala event dressing all fancy. That was nice, wasn't it? I thought it was nice. Musk notably contributed, oh my goodness. This is what Elon Musk did. 277 million. That's 277,000,000 to help Trump get back in the White House. And he was joined by a number of other big tech CEOs who sat behind Trump at his inauguration on Monday, including Zuckerberg, Google CEO Sundar Pichai, and I think I said his name right, and Amazon founder Lex Luthor himself, Jeff Bezos. You could read what the president's supporters felt about the tech CEOs going to Washington, D.C. to kiss Trump's ring by clicking here. Which ring? Be more specific. Which ring? Which ring are you talking about? What ring? What ring? What ring are you talking about? Because I don't want to know. And everybody, keep it family friendly. All right. But going on. Interesting enough. Trump's opponent in the 2024 election received far more support from billionaires. AOC, you're going to talk about that? The billions of dollars wasted on the Kamala campaign, right? Right. And also Vice President Kamala Harris was backed by, goodness gracious, cretaceous 83 billionaires, while Trump received support from 53 billionaires, according to Forbes. More billionaires backed Joe Biden against Trump in 2020 as well. Biden received donations from 230 billionaires, Forbes reported, while Trump received donations from 133 billionaires. Whoa, that's a huge drop in billionaires. Are billionaires going broke? Oh, my goodness. 230, but compared to this time around, Biden only got 80, or Kamala and Harris got only 83. And then in 2020, Trump got 133 billionaires, but then he only got 53 billionaires. Are billionaires dying out? Folks, they might be on the endangered species list. Are you concerned about the low amount of billionaires donating to Trump and Biden? Type 1 for yes, kid. This concerns us all. Type 2, man, no, I don't. That's a silly question, you silly goose. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, during her Thursday podcast appearance, added that Trump is a quintessential New York con man. Okay. And go to SNL. Maybe you're right. Maybe somebody there can give you a better joke. She also said he is much more dangerous now compared to his first term because he has been normalized. You guys normalized him. Still, the New York Congresswoman had some criticism for her own party as well, saying the Democratic Party needs to be able to give Americans a clear answer on what it stands for. Do you guys want to know what the clear answer is? Are you ready for this? Are you going to be ready for this? Because I actually got a clear answer. Do you want the Democrats plan on rolling on out? Hey, hold on. Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves, because this is why I love doing this show. Because sometimes a video comes my way, and I just can't help but wonder, gee, Democrats, it is no surprise why you lose all the time, every time. Here's what they're going to bring out. Now, if you're driving right now to work, before you crash your car, hit the like button. Oh, no, don't text and drive. If you're on a bus right now, try not to laugh out loud or scream. And if you're at home, don't punch your TV or smartphone or laptop. Because CNN is saying John Fetterman could be the Democrats' answer to Trump and be the future of the party. Take it away, CNN. Please, CNN, give us your big brain theory.
One person that we were talking about that has also tried to ingratiate themselves with the White House, maybe not ingratiate, but has met with them and certainly made the tributes, is John Fetterman, a Democratic senator from Pennsylvania who Trump very much did not want to win that Senate race. You have some reporting on how people are kind of turning to him, or certain Democrats who maybe feel rudderless. What have you heard?
Yeah, it's just that John Fetterman sort of offers like an authentic type of like bro masculinity that matches what Donald Trump was offering this election cycle. He's also a moderate from a state that the Democrats lost, and he speaks his mind. He speaks like from off the cuff authentically. He sounds like Donald Trump. He's not willing to buck the party and establishment in the same way that Donald Trump was willing to buck the party and the establishment and create the party in his own way. Sure, the base doesn't really love Fetterman a lot. And
Already, look, I'm seeing everybody. I'm seeing everybody here. Another puppet that makes sense. Nene 64 laughing. Fetterwoman strikes again. Ah, what? Look at my audience. Ha ha. Oof. Ha ha ha. I think, you know what? I think this is a perfect way for once again for us to describe James Heisel. Says F both parties. All right. Shout out to you, James, man. Good to see you. I think here's how everybody feels about the Democrats and their choice with Fetterman. I mean, this is pretty much how they all feel about it.
And here's what I think about it.
There you go.
I think that's why you hear a lot of conspiracies that he's going to be a Republican, but he just like might be the guy that Democrats need right now when they don't have a unified leader who can just speak plainly in Trump's speak against him. He's the kind of guy who would go on Joe Rogan and really hold his own. And the Democrats don't have that person right now.
You had Bernie Sanders, but he turned out to be a cuck. You know, you had a couple of people, but they weren't who they said they were. Keyword, they were not who they said they were. They were not, and never will be. But it's okay. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I am not upset. And all of you now have to go to the White House counselor. But why aren't people angry? And I think it's because there's a lot of progressives and independents and, you know, diehard liberals who still believe in the Democratic Party that are still in a state of confusion. Because 8 years ago, there was a real progressive independent movement, and it got sabotaged, both internally and externally. And the thing is, the people who we trusted to be our leaders failed. And here we are now, in this day and age, still waiting, the audacity of hope, waiting. But hope is the first pass to disappointment. If you're not angry at the failure of the Democrats, and you still think the Democrats have a chance, there's no helping you. There isn't. Everybody should be furious. But I'm noticing a lack of action now. And of course, I'm seeing people once again go to the tried and true classic of resistance of Trump. Trump, one day he's going to be gone. And then in 2028, what comes next? Democrats. You can't use him as your end-all, be-all bad guy for forever, because everybody needs to be looking at you and your failures.